Is the big three of Nikola Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine causing the team to regress? We got to talk about it. And then on the back end of the episode, we're going to talk about if we should see more Nikola Vucevic and Andre Drummond in the lineup on the floor together. Y'all know we're going to talk about it, break it down on today's episode. But you got to hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and today I am with my dog, CDubb. How you doing, boy?
I just fucked up that intro all the way up.
It's all good. Hopefully they didn't notice. But hey, if y'all tuning in with us today, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. So every time we drop, you be one of the first ones to know. CDubb. We seen the Chicago Bulls, though the record is not so bad in the last few games since Zach LaVine has returned, but some old habits have creeped back into the play style of the Chicago Bulls. A few things to keep out on is the way that they've been playing, sharing the ball, the defense, the effort that we've been seeing lately is kind of starting to fade away a little bit. And I believe the guys are getting tiresome of each other all over again. But CDubb, in your mind, is the big three causing a team to regress, bro?
I'm gonna just answer it simply with the word no. But it's a caveat to that no. It's gonna take some acclimation for these three to get adjusted to the style of play that we had going throughout December and early in this January month. Um, I think they're doing pretty well adjusting. They still have those setbacks where they resort to old school Chicago Bulls. I would say just give them some more time. 5 to 10 games and everything should be okay. With the Chicago Bulls. I think just need to get acclimated together.
That's fair. Me, I'm looking at it for what it is. And I'm going to say they starting to regress a little bit. But I will give them credit for trying. You get an E for effort, I guess, per se. When you talk about the big three, the way I look at it is that CDubb, can you believe Zach LaVine has only since his return has only scored over 20 points twice? He's averaging 16 points. The assists and the rebounds are up from his career average, but 16 points and only scoring over 20 twice. I don't know. Then you got Nikola Vucevic. I'm starting to see that bad body language come up in this again.
Yes.
I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. It's starting to creep back into being on the floor again with him and DeMar DeRozan. The facilitator is kind of trying to find its way, to maintain itself while he's on the court. It's been there at most sometimes, but then at other times it's like, bro, what are we doing right here? And it's always been questions if this big three can work. And I think them questions still remain the same. They still got to be asked and they still got to be looked at for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I was just saying you are correct, nephew. I have noticed those things, and those things are indeed troubling. That shit troubling, bro. We can't go act like we don't see that shit. But I'ma just say that they getting acclimated with each other with this new style of play. Zach LaVine is taking his time. He's picking and choosing, trying to find his spots in this new offense where he can get his points. He's becoming more and more aggressive as the games go by. Even though the production hasn't shown as far as the points on the scoreboard, he is being more and more aggressive, and I think eventually he'll get up to that 22 points per game margin. Now, when it comes to Vooch, I do not like the body language early. I think that he should be smart enough to know that everybody trying to get back adjusted with each other, and his spicy ass attitude is not needed right now. It's he got to get that under wraps. Not right now. In 10 games, then I'll be like, okay, he got a reason to be spicy. You know what I'm saying? But now let everybody get acclimated. It's a tough loss you had against Cleveland. But it happens in the NBA season. Every team is gonna go through that. You throw that shit away and go to the next team.
For sure. So pretty much you saying that give it a little bit more time. maybe closer to the trade deadline is what you're looking at.
Yeah, yeah,
For sure. I mean,
yeah.
so the thing that I always got to look at when it comes to these three fellas is, for one, do they even enjoy playing with each other? Look, I don't know. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not even going to go out and speculate on this episode. Maybe next one. But I'm going to just tell you what I see. When there was two of them in the lineup, they look a little more happier. They glowed a little more different. Nikola Vucevic haircut was a little more fresher. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
And the mood is a little iffy right now. And to the point to where, look, I gotta give big shout out to Kobe White for taking the onus of all this. You know what I'm saying? Taking the brunt of the blame as a leader. And to me, that's something you gotta look up. You gotta look at and be like, man, this guy could be one of those. If he keep playing the way he playing, he can be one of those. Because before the last game with 7 turnovers, he pretty much took care of the basketball. And
yeah.
solid point guards know how to bounce back. So I expect him to bounce back in a major way. But I also expect the big three to be veterans and leaderships in their own right to help the Bulls be the best that they can be, bro.
See, we already know the formula, and you are right, nephew. We know the formula. We need one dominant perimeter player, and you plug Patrick Williams in at the other spot. Now, maybe this, I'm gonna speak, and I don't know this for sure. Maybe until we get to the trading line, it is an audition for those two perimeter players, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
Mm.
Who is fitting in the most? Who the teammates draw more to? Who is making winning plays on the court? Now, if you was to take tally since they've been back on the floor together, I would have to say Zach LaVine has played the best basketball out of the two of them. Let's just see what happens and we get to this trading deadline.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very, very interesting to see where the Bulls go with this. Cause I believe at one point early in like November or December or something like that, there was reports that the Bulls are not close with DeMar DeRozan. So we got to really see what direction the front office is really trying to go into, because at this point you have to pick a direction, bro.
Yeah.
You either because it, and I got to come out and just be blunt, bro. The big three don't work.
Mm-mm.
It don't work to where we expect big threes to work. And I'm not saying these guys supposed to be the Heatles or Draymond, Clay, and Steph. I'm not saying they supposed to be that, but they supposed to be at least formidable, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Formidable, competitive.
Nephew, they've been formidable and competitive for the last month and a half, though.
I'm just saying, as a totality, when you look at the big three, it's
Okay.
been a little shaky. I'm just saying, right now, with all the time that they've had on the court, it's supposed to be a little bit more better chemistry.
I agree.
And they on
100%.
shaky grounds right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Can they even get to 500 before January over? You think they could do that?
they can, but it's not going to be incumbent on us. It's going to be all in their hands on what they want to do. Because if you come out and you play the way that you played against the Cavs and then try to say, all right, we finna turn it on and try to fight for a comeback, most of those games, teams lose steam depending on how far that deficit is. You can't keep doing that. You got to keep the game close and then say, all right, let's turn it on. So we got to come out prepared. We got to come out with energy.
Yeah,
Shouldn't it, bro? At this point, I believe one of the last episodes, they was only 4 games out of 4th. I haven't checked the standings, but 4 games out of 4th say, hey, we right here. We ain't too far off.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan shouldn't have to go give you a hoorah speech. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to watch. I think they see a mission in front of them. They actually, they 4 games out of 8th now, and out of 4th, what is that? 6 games out of 4th, which is still not bad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you still got time to see what happens, but we don't know what's going to happen with this team in the next month. That's all I'm saying. We're going to
That's
see
fair.
in the next month.
That's fair. Y'all let us know your thoughts and all that down below so we can chop it up for the day. But hey, we move into it. The last topic of the day. CDubb, Andre Drummond, and Nikola Vucevic. Speaking of that comeback, was probably some key parts of that comeback. You see, you got two different style of centers or whatever. A lot of people been calling for the lineup for a minute now. We seen it here and there, and you seen it last night. So do you want to see more of it?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. It was for this particular game. We was getting beat the fuck up on the boards, especially by Jared Allen getting second offensive rebounds all on the boards' heads. It was in it was on the Bulls' head, on their mind to get another big in there to help them rebound, and that's how they got back in the game from 21 down and actually took a lead. But for a day-to-day basketball schedule, no, it's just not gonna work on this lead. Just for this particular game, it worked.
Yeah, that's the route I was gonna go. I was gonna say you would like to see it depending on the matchup, like last night. But if you would have rolled this lineup out against Golden State, it would have been worse.
It'd been worse.
They would have got
Lost by
worse.
40.
There's no way that Nikola Vucevic, he ain't keeping up with nobody. Andre
No.
Drummond, he all right on the defensive end when you
He
try
is.
to
He is.
he all right, a little bit more better. You know what I'm saying? Well, more better, not a little bit, more better than
Yes.
Nikola Vucevic. But it's only the only way you can trot out this lineup is, you know what I'm saying, during against certain teams. And the only reason I think we even seen this lineup is because Patrick Williams was out. I think if
Yeah.
Patrick Williams was there, Billy Donovan stick to his guns and say, hey, we're going to live and die with Patrick Williams being that secondary rebounder, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, so
100%.
so I think that's just something that, yeah, it's cool depending on the game. Maybe Billy Donovan seen something he like that you can go to against a team like the Cavs again. Cause for some reason, they always shooting the lights out against the Bulls. I don't know. Does the coach replay Joe Kim Noah saying why come to Cleveland every time they play? Like
Bro, yo,
what the hell is the matter?
they done turned it into they done won the last 6 games in a row
Bro,
against us,
it's
nephew. It's
crazy.
just crazy as hell. Like, this team ain't even all that to me. They 23 and 15 sitting in the 4th seed, but okay. Um, yeah, the Andre Drummond, I will give him that. He is pretty good, more better than I thought on the perimeter out there. He was getting steals like he been doing all year, getting steals, sticking his hands in the passing lanes and shit like that. But what's more worrisome to me, and I still see it from like the last 3 years, nephew, every time there is a physical center, they absolutely dominate Nick Vooch, bro. If it's not scoring, it's on the backboards. It ain't got to be just getting buckets on them, getting 35 on them. They might get 15, 16, 17 rebounds on them. If you can be aggressive and out physical Nick Vooch, that's probably on the damn game plan. You got a chance to beat the Bulls.
And I think that when we first got Vooch, we seen a better version of Vooch and how he was able to do things simply by his ability to shoot the three. This season, CDubb, he's been atrocious from the three.
Atrocious.
He like shooting like 26%. And I'm not saying as my three, you supposed to shoot lights out 40, 50%. But can you give me league average? 35%, especially with what we known that you can do?
Yeah,
Something
bro.
closer than that. I understand that you went to the coaching staff and said that, look, I ain't trying to shoot that many threes. But the way that the Bulls play and would like to play requires you to shoot some threes
And be
because of your
efficient
skill
at it.
set.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to knock them down. I'm not saying go out there and shoot 7 threes. But the 2 or 3 threes that you get per game, you got to knock them down. At
Yeah.
least at a good percentage. It's been bad.
Yeah, bro. 27% is crazy, nephew. That's
It
just
is.
nuts.
Because it's like
That's nuts.
26.8 or something like that. It's crazy.
That's like Draymond Green territory type shit.
Had to get you one in, huh?
I had to sneak that in. Hey, don't you like this? This how many 3-pointers he shot in the last 3 games? 7 against Cavs. He shot 1 for 7. 5 against the Spurs, 5 against the Warriors. 2, he hit 2 of 5 in each game. I like 2 of 5.
That's okay. It's
That's
not
okay. That's
bad.
40%. I like 2 of 5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You
That's
know what I'm
fair.
saying?
I don't want
But
him going past that 5 though.
yeah, but I think that was one of the key things that Vooch was able to withstand some of that dominance from the opposing centers. last year, I think he was really only getting killed probably by Jared Allen. Definitely was getting cooked by Embiid and maybe Joker. After that, he was able to really hold his own, unless I'm missing somebody.
You don't miss them young guys, them young athletic guys, nephew, like
But he was able to put
Jalen
pressure on
Duran.
those guys with his offensive ability, so he was able to keep up. So it wasn't a complete domination.
But
Lately,
I'm just saying on the glass in some cases, like Duran killed them on the glass. Who else? What's the guy in Atlanta? The
Clint
African dude.
Capella.
Capella, he runs, he just beats him up the floor each time. Alley oops all fucking day. You can keep going down the line. If you're younger, stronger, and more athletic and more aggressive, you can give Nick Vooch problems.
Mm, mm. Oh hell.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
you got anything left?
Hey, yeah, man. I just want to get this bad Cleveland Cavalier taste out my mouth. So I'm going to go get me some Henny. Thanks for the love from everybody. We hit that 5K, nephew. Hell is you talking about? We appreciate y'all. You know what's next? What's next, nephew? Oh, we'll tell them next time. We'll tell them next
By
time.
about 10K.
10K next.
Y'all gotta flood the flood the web for real. But a big shout out to y'all for always calling in, leaving your voicemail so we can have the mailbag episodes to give back to you all. Appreciate y'all for subscribing here and supporting the channel. And just appreciate y'all for hitting that subscribe button and finding that our content is good enough to where you want to watch it. Appreciate y'all. We definitely
Well,
appreciate y'all. And we definitely appreciate y'all. Make sure
no,
you
bro.
subscribe here for your latest content. Hit that number if you want to leave a take on anything Chicago Bulls at 773-242-9219. It's another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. I'm Bobby with CDubb. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
5. I can't even do it with the 5K.
$5 for long.
Long.
Cognac. Gang.